The American people must prepare for what we know are coming terror attacks. I want the veterans. I mean, everyone loves veterans, right? At least they claim to. Now, today's Veterans Day. He should say, we're going to call up the veterans in this country to stand up and be prepared to defend their communities against terrorism. Who can argue with that? You know? So whether it's terrorism in the form of Islamic terrorists, which is very likely, but also, who knows how many Chinese aged males are here from China? It could be they're all proxies for China.
I mean, literally, we have hundreds of videos of they're all the same backpack, same boots.
Yeah.
You can tell they're officer class. They're not the recruits. They got Chinese officers flooding in.
Yeah, I would say
and they spot check some they were.
I think they're Chinese special warfare officers. Yeah, absolutely. So they're here for a reason. So you should say this is the threat, and at least half the country would be on his side. The other half, they will scream and yell, but it's like, just do what you got to do. And once we're organized in our counties, they can't unring that bell. So from the very beginning of this country, Congress was empowered to provide for calling forth the militia in the Constitution for three purposes: one, to repel invasions; two, to suppress insurrections; and three, to execute the laws of the Union. And they did that in militia statutes from the very beginning, which delegated the authority to call forth the militia to the President of the United States. He also has an inherent authority as Commander-in-Chief under Article 2. So, so
they're demonizing citizens under the sheriff, under the governor, which is constitutional. Now they're demonizing the 100% don't deny militia National Guard. They're saying that's illegitimate.
Right. So
a direct attack on the Constitution.
Right, because the founders' design was we the people are the safest place to have the military power and the law enforcement power. That's why it's key to note that it says to execute the laws of the Union. So really, the FBI and DHS and DEA, all that should even exist. When the president wants to execute the laws of the Union and needs assistance, he should call on us, the people, as the militia. Because they didn't trust standing armies. Well, professional law enforcement agencies are just like a standing army.
And people think that's dumb. Green Berets going to a third world country to train the locals. That's the most powerful thing.
Yeah, they were force multipliers. And you can do the exact same thing with all of us if we were organized and trained. And that's why I've been saying this, President Trump should do that. Right now, he should take advantage of this situation because it's a real threat and say, we are facing an invasion, we're facing an insurrection, and we have active...
And exactly, because first he set up a 700-person rapid reaction force out of Alabama for 40 million illegals. Now it's up to a couple thousand. That is beyond anemic. What would the constitutional directive be to stand up a domestic army under this emergency?
Call us all up as the militia. Under militia statutes from the founding, that's still to this day, 17 years, age 17 to 45, all able-bodied males are the militia. And for us veterans, it goes to age 64. He could call us all up right now.
Then they muster them. They have experts who pick out the best stuff. Who can be auxiliary, who's going to be full-time. It's problem solved like that.
Exactly.
Just like Switzerland.
Sure. He could just order all of us come together in our counties and order the veterans to take command, to train the other men and organize them.